How's it going, guys? It's Poetry Stud, and welcome back to another episode of the Absolutist Italy campaign. Last two episodes, we actually talked about some interesting stuff that was completely not game-related, and I said I was going to have to go, but turns out I don't, so I'm going to be, so this is another episode right after the last one, so I'm still in that train of thought, but let's focus on the game a little bit here. What's going on? Well, we're getting ever closer to forming Italy, actually. We have the tech already to form Italy, we just don't have all the provinces. What do we need still? We need to talk about, or we need to conquer, what am I talking about? Ancona, Mantua, Verona, Milan, and Genoa. Cool. So, alright, so, Ancona, Verona, Genoa, Milan. I think that's it. So you don't have to conquer like Piedmont or any of this part of Genoa that, or you know, what they own. Yeah, Genoa, Milan, Verona, Mantua is the other one, which is right there. Cool. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Not too hard. We could do that in like 3 or 4 wars. Of course, those wars are going to have to be spaced out quite a bit because of aggressive expansion being brutal. Let's go ahead and I think we're gonna skip by the Aragonese land for now. Well, I don't know. It could be good. Oh, they allied France, you dicks. Oh, I hate that. Well, in any case, I think basically we're just gonna be slowly chipping away at Italy right now. Yeah, I'm not in a huge rush anyways. We're gonna be doing this while we're also consolidating North Africa, while we're also consolidating some of Egypt with the Mamluks here. Oh yeah, actually, that's perfect timing on that. What do we have claims on here? We have claims on so much good stuff. I'm looking forward to eating all of Aragon and the rest of Catalonia. Let's see, what else do we have? I really would like to get the rest of this stuff from the Ottomans, but that is not going to happen anytime soon. I'm not strong enough to fight the Ottomans, even with Austria and Portugal and maybe even Russia and Poland and stuff. I really would have liked to get Mecca, but unfortunately they ate it before me. You know, props to them. They were aggressive. Sometimes it pays off, like this time. In any case, what other wars and stuff do we have available to us even? I'm not sure. I think Genoa is going to be a war in the near future, so let's start fabricating on them maybe. Papal State we do need claims on, so that'll be fine. Wait, that's the Papal State, right? Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, something we can spend some points on is states. Let's go ahead and over here. Oh, wrong one. 3 more states we can add. 3 more. Not a great amount. We're going to get administrative eventually, which will allow for more. I'm looking at the wrong one. Upper Egypt and Provence. Those are about on par with like our median. Upper Egypt and Provence. Well, we definitely want to eat more of Provence and the state eventually. So I think that's actually good. And it's also good for trade, which is looking amazing, by the way. Trade is looking quite good. And Upper Egypt, I think, is, yeah, we'll get Upper Egypt. I think that's fine. And the other one was, like, Serenica. Why does this one have so much development? I guess it got developed at some point in time? I don't know. I don't think that one's worth it necessarily yet. That's okay. Let's just go ahead and look at what we got going on for right now. I think we're in a pretty good position. I don't really care about anything that goes on down here. What we need to do right now is build some shipyards, and I will tell you why momentarily. The reason why we need to do this, we absolutely need to do this, is because of the fact that I want to get global trade. However, Genoa is not the highest valued trade node in the world, and it will not be unless we can change something up majorly. What is the most valued trade node in the world? Okay, is it the Constantinople node? It might be. but it could also be like Beijing. I would not be surprised at all. But I think if we get some more trade ships built, we will definitely be able to make this the highest valued trade node in the world. I think we can do it if we just believe. So like Genoa, we already have a ton of power in already. Alexandria could actually be a good one. Actually, you know what? I was going to say it could be a good one, but we're going to go with Sevilla instead. But now you think about it, Sevilla is already below us, whereas Alexandria is directly going to take trade away from the Ottomans. Also, where do we have our other merchant? We might want to switch him to... I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to send it to Constantinople. I want to send it... You can only choose if you someone here. So, let's take you from Sevilla. And that actually... I mean, it should also actually add a good... Yeah, there we go. Put our income up a good chunk. And it also took away from the Ottomans. Okay, let's see. Cross your fingers. Yes, it is! Oh my god. We might be able to get... freaking global trade. Now we just have to hope that it doesn't spawn in Valencia, and instead it spawns in, you know, any of the other 2 ones that we own, and soon to be 3, hopefully. We'll see about that. In any case, yeah, so I think we're gonna build up we're also gonna build up another, oh geez, you guys made it up here already, huh? I think we're also going to build up another trade fleet to put in the Sevilla node as well. Because why not? But this is looking pretty good. Beyond that, I think that we're going to just be eating 1 or 2 provinces at a time in Italy. And that's mostly it. And then North Africa and maybe Spain if possible. That's basically all I even have available to me right now. I'm so glad I went this direction, though, because it does allow me some other options if I choose to go this way. I don't really think we're going to go south of Egypt at all because the mess of cultures down here and whatever. And beyond that, the mess of religions. You got Coptic everywhere, which, I mean... would be easy-ish, I guess, to integrate since it's, I don't know. Basically, in the future, I think because of the fact that I don't want to go super colonial-ish, instead what we're going to do is we're just going to own, like, part of Yemen maybe as a trade post and a couple ports in different places to be, you know, tactical but not, like, blobbing out insanely in India and whatnot because I don't like doing that. It's annoying. You know, it takes over the campaign. I want to focus on Europe. You know, but if we just have, like, if we have trade ideas, we aren't going to need a whole bunch of stuff to be able to earn enough money and control the node. So that's my goal. Alright, you know what? You guys have annoyed me sufficiently. You're about to get a knuckle sandwich. In any case, we're also going to be focused on Italy and North Africa. That's about it. But for now, I think we should... I wanted to talk about what I started talking about last time, and then I got consumed by 2 episodes worth of stories and personal anecdotes. I actually meant to go somewhere with that storytelling that I never got to. I was going to talk about what I've been doing recently in my free time and why I have not been recording as much and been as on top of recording as in the past. I've been doing fine. I've been keeping mostly up to date, but I've been missing a couple spots here and there, and stuff, and I apologize for that, by the way, but like I want to share with you guys why that is, because it's a cool reason. At least I think it's cool. It's something that I've been like just working a lot on the past 4 or 5 days since I started this. Basically, recently I've been watching like a lot of Northern Lion. Well, actually that's been for the past several years, but recently I've been watching him play The Witcher 3. If you don't know The Witcher 3, you're lying. Because everyone knows The Witcher 3. It's like an RPG game. If you actually don't know, it's an RPG game, and it is a incredible game. I have not even played it, but even just watching it, I was like, wow, this game is the real deal. Like, it's a great game. I think everyone agrees. It's pretty much universally loved. Some people have, like, small issues with it, but I've never heard anyone who's like, I hate The Witcher 3, it's a terrible game that is riding off of the success of the former games or anything like that, which isn't even necessarily true. it's a really good game, and just watching it has been like, it's like really cool to even just watch, because it plays, or at least, oh god, I'm an idiot. I wasted power. It's not a huge deal, whatever. Even just watching it, it plays and it looks like a movie, you know? And that's really cool. That you're basically watching a movie. And that's put me in like this sort of like really sort of creative mindset, of like a fantasy mindset. I used to love fantasy and sci-fi novels, and I would read them all day long, but I haven't done that in a long time. But like watching this, I was like put into that mindset, and also doing other stuff like, I don't know, playing like EU4 and stuff also kind of puts me in that mindset to a lesser extent. We already have so many admin points. Just stuff like that really, oh no, Papal State is gonna get that stuff eaten. I wanted that. I wanted that. But it's put me in that mindset, and I was like, I really want to start writing again. I want to write like fantasy stories, whether they be short stories in the style of like Robert E. Howard, or whether they be longer stuff that I would have to be working on, which I've tried to do in the past but have failed. But you know, I might have more time this summer, so I was like, maybe that's something I could start working on and trying to do. But in any case, I was like, I don't know. I don't trust myself to keep myself on a schedule consistently long enough to write a book. I don't think I could do that at this stage of my life, at least. So I was like, what else could I do to kind of fulfill this itch of like creating something of my own that's sort of like fantasy driven? And I was thinking about this, and I was like, I also like to draw, although I haven't drawn in a while, and I suck at it. I like to draw, although I do suck, and I know this. We hold these truths to be self-evident. I like to draw. Why don't I love maps. You might be able to see where this is going. Why don't I draw a map of a made-up world? And this is how you know I'm an absolute nerd to the core. I was like, I don't want to create, I don't want to have to write a book right now, because it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a responsibility that I would not be able to take seriously enough to finish and get anywhere with. But instead, why don't I create a universe and start writing like dozens of different things? I could write, you know, I was thinking about this. I was like, I could write poems that are a part of this universe that I'm gonna create. I could write shorter pieces like history documents, or things that are just like laying out the history of certain parts of this world. Because I love history, and it could explain cultural things and shifts and stuff. And I was like, I could do hundreds of things like this. You know, there's so many different things I could do that could factor into this. And beyond that, I could just draw the map and think of the backstories of these places, and just write out, like I said, I could write out the backstories, but just write out the backstories of these different things. And then I could write short stories set in with different major events in this world. I could, you know, write different poems about different events. I could write short stories about certain characters that fit into this world. And again, this is how you know I'm like a super huge nerd, because I was just like, I got really into this immediately, and spent like, also we just spent like, how many points on an idea? 300, that's crazy. And I just got really into this and spent like 4 hours the first night I did this, just working on this. And then the past couple days, I spent like at least an hour each night normally before I go to bed, working on drawing this map. And I'm still in like the first stage. I don't even have names for anything. So anyways, it's been really like weird doing that. I don't know. I mean, like, I really do want to know like your guys' thoughts. Because it is a weird idea. I recognize this, and again, it really makes it quite apparent how nerdy I am. But I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I think it's cool, you know. It's just, even if I don't do, it doesn't go anywhere, and it's just, even if it's just getting my brain wheels turning. I don't mind that. I like that. I like to just be thinking about stuff like this. Beyond that, I'm also, with it, I've kind of been thinking, I want to base it off of stuff I know. You know, they say write what you know. What do I know about fantasy worlds? Nothing, because it's fantasy. It doesn't actually exist. What do I know? I know about European history quite a bit. More than the average American, maybe not more than the average European, but I know about history, I know about European history and stuff, and I love history. So I was like, well, why don't I just use Europe as a model? And so basically I was thinking about it, and I was like, it's not like, Europe's not like intellectual property. It doesn't, you know, that wouldn't make sense really. Yeah, that was good to spend that. I was like, you know, it'd be a little bit different if I was putting stories in in a different established universe. You can still do that. It's fine. It's works that are, they're derivative, but they're also, you're adding your own twist. It's like, you know, it's not copyrighted or trademarked in that sense. You could do that. People have done that with stuff like Conan. Well, actually, I don't even know if Conan had copyrights, but there are ways to do that. You know, you just create your own books that are based in the universe, but I'm not interested in that. I want to create something that I can go with in any direction that I want, because I don't want to have to be conflicted or, you know, constrained by already existing lore. And so I was like, oh my god, what why is Brabant the emperor? Austria, what happened? Oh, they have a woman, huh? But yeah, so I was like, I want to create my own world, and stuff. So let's just do that. Let's just start drawing a map, and thinking of names, thinking of places, thinking of everything that I could add to this world later. And I can just add it on piecemeal as I go. I can write books eventually if I ever make that into a job and have time for that. I could write poems and short stories now, and I could just make lore now, which I find fun in and of itself, just crafting lore. And I was like, yeah, let's just go for it. And so, I don't know, I've been really having a great time with that. Just, like I said, even if it's a little silly and not necessarily gonna accomplish anything, it gets my creative wheels in my head turning, which I appreciate, and have fun with. Especially since I haven't had other stuff besides games that I've done recently, and this is better than doing games, I think. Although games aren't bad. I love games, you know. I'm not trying to say games are, oh, gaming is so bad, it makes you, you know, it makes you violent, stuff like that. No, I think that's stupid. But, that's a topic for another time, maybe. Maybe a poetic rant. But, actually, I already did one, didn't I, of that? But, in general, oh, God, well, that was dumb. I got too carried away. I got too carried away, baby. That's okay. But yeah, in general, I'm really digging the idea of doing this. I would love to share more about this, but I've already taken up 2 other episodes and now 3 episodes talking about stuff that's not related to EU4 at all. But, you know, part of EU4, or not EU4, but part of doing like YouTube is trying to be entertaining, and lots of times that might involve talking about stuff that's not even related. So hopefully you guys understand. And it's something I'm passionate about, which you can probably tell, but I really have been fun doing this, and again, I'm using Europe as a basis. That's the last thing I'll say is I'm using Europe as a basis because I know enough about the history of Europe, I feel, to kind of have like a basis. And beyond that, I just want it to be more realistic. It's supposed to be fantasy, but it's also supposed to be, I want to show real conflicts and stuff so that it can be more impactful. If I show stuff like, you know, I don't know, like conflicts like stuff like the Spanish Inquisition. If you can show serious stuff like that in a way that's interesting and makes it relatable to people that might eventually read this, it might get them thinking about real life events that happen similar to that. And so it just kind of makes it more relevant and more real, and also easier for me to have to frame in my mind, although I do want to make it creative and unique to myself as well, which is why fantasy becomes a part. You know, you have dragons and stuff, and then it becomes a lot cooler too. To write about these same things that are based on historical stuff. So anyways, maybe I'll do a whole nother video or series about this where I spend a video writing. That'd be weird, but Anyways, I wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was fun. I like sharing stuff on camera about my personal life because I do find that it, you know, it brings us together as content creator and an audience, if you want to be called that. Although, you know, again, I think of it as more as a community. I like to share stuff like this with a community like this. So, hopefully you enjoyed. That being said, if this was not your thing and you didn't like me talking about random stuff for 3 episodes, I don't normally do that. I just today have been like felt the urge to talk about stuff. Maybe I'll do more of that in the future if it does get good reception. You know, tell me your thoughts on everything. And I'll, you know, leave a like and subscribe for more if you did enjoy. And we'll be back next time when I'll probably be more focused on the game. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.